Hey y'all, Karen here with Ministry and Mini Goats. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification. If you like what you see, like, comment, share. Guys, I mentioned several videos ago, and I actually, in one video, we unboxed one of the dinner boxes from Every Plate, and we've also tried the HelloFresh. Both were just as good. One was a little bit cheaper. And speaking of that, we're going to do a little giveaway. So, guys, I need your help. I'm needing subscribers to build my hours. And for everyone who shares my videos, I will give a chance to win a box. Technically, it's $40 off. Depending on how many you're feeding, it's a free box. So, if you share a video, make sure that you let me know in the comments. It'll probably be this video because I'm gonna have to get these cards out pretty quick. They only have like 30 days, I think, on them. So, well, it doesn't really say, but anyways, I need to get the cards out quick. So, if you share one of my videos, even if it's a different video, you watch this one but you decide to share a different one, then go ahead and up under that video or up under this video in the comments, type me. And at the very end, probably, I'm going to say in 2 days. Okay, so this video is being uploaded on July 5th. So by July 7th, we are going to give away these cards. Now, there's a number on the back. I can email you the code on the back, or I can send it through Messenger or whatever, you know. Just once we draw, I will post a video of the drawing, who won, and then we'll go ahead and under that video, you can give me your email address, or you can go to our page on Facebook and like our page. Make sure you like our page. You can send me a message and I will get these emailed out to you. So, in saying that, as soon as this video goes up, guys, make sure you watch the whole video because it's going to be very informative. And remember, we're going to give away. All you have to do is share. Now, we're kind of going on the honesty system because I don't know if you shared or not. So, make sure you share. And when you share, type the words me in the comments. And we'll get the drawing underway July 7th. I'll do it probably when I get home from work. So, it'll be posted by 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So, 6 o'clock, July 7th. Remember, we're going to draw for the Every Plate cards. I have 3 of these cards, so there will be 3 lucky winners of these cards. So, alright guys. Now that we're done with this, let's go see how the pickles turned out. You guys in on my adventure for today. Got all the pickles and stuff that, or all the pickles. I have all of the cucumbers that I have that they're not really pickling cucumbers, but they'll work just as well as anything. But in order to fix those, I have to find some grape leaves. This is going to prove to be a real feat because a lot of times these cows get over here and get things before I can get them. Now, I am up in the pasture back behind my mom and dad's house. So, I'll show you this. We have grapevines coming out of the trees, which are a pretty good indicator that there are grape leaves nearby. And just so happens, there they are. These are grape leaves right here. However, there are good ones back in the back, but I can't reach them because there's a barbed wire fence separating me from these grape leaves. So, we've got to keep going. Oh my gosh, guys. There are grape leaves for miles, but I can't. I guess the cat, no, there's kudzu down there. Look at all of those grape leaves. And I can't reach the first cotton picking one. Man. For my friends that are not from the South, these great big leaves right here are kudzu. The cows do a pretty good job at keeping those eat up. Yeah, it's actually considered the vine that ate the South. I hate it. It freaks me out. But what can you do when you live in the South? Kind of a wild berry, maybe? Like a wild raspberry or something? I don't know. I don't know enough about it to even attempt to get over the fence and get it. And then you also have those big leaves, which are kudzu. Okay, so I was excited. So let me fill you guys in on a little story last year. Last year I was excited. I had my pickles and stuff. And it was my understanding that my dad had planted grapes down there on the fence row. So I asked and I was told, I was pretty sure I was told, that they were grapes. Well, grape vines. Well, it turns out they were not. After I done made my pickles, I made my pickles with muscadine leaves. So, yes, even growing up in the South, even having parents and grandparents that garden, the difference between a muscadine and a grape leaf are like, yeah, there's not, a muscadine leaf is a little bit smaller, but they look just like grape leaves. So, I put this little app on my phone. I'll show you. I don't even remember the name of it, but anyways, I put this little app on my phone. And I wanted to, these are such pretty leaves. I wanted to check them before I actually got them because I just wasn't sure. Because I knew they looked a lot like muscadine leaves, but I was hoping maybe they were so pretty that they were grape leaves. And what are they? But muscadines. So, even though they are very pretty, nothing I can really do with them because I don't need muscadine leaves. I need grape leaves. On my quest for grape leaves, I found something interesting. Grape leaves are also known as Vitis cinerea. I could have said it wrong. Pretty sure I did say it wrong actually. But yeah. So I found there's 79 accepted species of vining plants in the flowering family of, yeah, the Vitis family or whatever. Okay, so I found these leaves. They're right here. They're not quite as big as I would want. So I'm gonna try and grab up some of these and maybe double them up in my jars. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna try something because we've got to get these leaves. I need leaves. So yeah, I'm out here by myself and I really don't want to get cut, so I'll check with you guys here in just a minute. I saved you guys the boringness of having to watch me chop cucumbers or whatever. So I've got my cucumbers right here chopped up and we're gonna try the slices this time. We have, I just lost my cucumber. These small ones that we're gonna go ahead, you can't chop, honey, you're 3. We have these that we're going to spear up and all that. Hubby saved the day and found me some garlic. We have our dill that I had to buy from the store because I wasn't thinking when it come to planning this year about dill. So, and I wasn't thinking when it come to garlic either. However, I've got some garlic right now that I'm going to hopefully plant and see if maybe I can keep it from getting too hot or messing up. But also, we have our pickle crisp. I tried this in the stuff last year. It didn't work as good as the alum, but they said that they would, you know, most of your newer recipes recommended changing from the alum to the pickle crisp. So I don't know where my alum is. We're going to use pickle crisp. And we have our grape leaves that you guys helped me find earlier. And they are actual grape leaves. They've been washed. So I'm gonna end up putting some of these in the thing, in the jars. The only thing I wish I still had that I don't think I have, I'm gonna go back and look again in a minute, but is peppercorn. I'd like to put some peppercorn in here if I can find it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go and look a little bit harder and see if I can find this peppercorn. And as soon as I find it, we're gonna stuff these jars. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start packing our jars, and we're gonna put our cucumbers in here. The thing is, you're supposed to pack your cucumbers about as tight as you can get them in here. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put our stuff. I found my peppercorn. And I also found my alum. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this stuff in here. I didn't spear up these, but it'll be okay. We'll get them anyways. And from there, well, we're just gonna pack our jars first. In each jar, we're gonna put at least 1 head of dill. Had I not had to buy the dill, I probably would have put a little bit extra. But yeah, considering we had to buy it this year because somebody forgot to plant it. Yes, that somebody's me. I take full responsibility. So, okay, we've got our dill in. We're gonna put a ½ teaspoon of pickling spice in each jar. Pickling spice. It's a little, you can get it any Walmart. Okay. We have all of our pickling spice in. Let me see if I can get a different setup for you guys real quick. We've got ground peppercorn. We're going to put probably about a quarter of a teaspoon in here. I like the full peppercorns, but I don't have the full peppercorns. And when I went to Walmart to get them, they didn't have them either. I like my pickles really crispy, so I'm gonna put a full teaspoon in each jar. What I forgot to already tell you guys is that also, depending on if you're making quarts or pints, I'm gonna put the rest of that in there. And I'm apparently gonna have to use some of the pickle crisp, but it calls for 2 cloves of garlic per quart. We're doing pints, so it's not really that big of a issue. We're gonna go ahead and put 2 of the pickle crisp to give a full teaspoon of that too. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start stuffing our pickles in here. We're gonna try to, the point is to try to get them as tight as you can. Oh. Okay, one thing I did forget. How on earth did I forget our grape leaves? Well, we forgot our grape leaves. So this we're just gonna go ahead and stick to right here on the top. These other ones, we're gonna go ahead and stick them in on the bottom. I'm not sure what it does for the flavor, but this is, although our recipe does not call for grape leaves, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put them in there anyways because, well, this is how Mom and Granny always did it. So that's what we're gonna do too. So now we're going to continue to stuff our pickles in here as tight as we can get them. This is even something a little new for me because normally I get the spears. I do the spears, I don't do. But we want them as tight in here as we can get them because we don't want any floating to the top. Because, well, you know when you buy pickles and they all kind of float to the top and then they get this weird soft taste, flavor, whatever. Yeah, we don't like that. So we're gonna do everything we can to get these in here as tight as we can. We have all of our cucumbers put into our jars. And I have 7 of them because I think 7 is what will fit into my water bath. So, behind me on the stove, here we have our brine. Our brine is, as you can tell by looking at the, around the pot, it is canning salt. And what I have in this brine is 4 cups of water and 2 cups of vinegar with a cup of canning salt. So, we're going to let this cool just a tiny little bit. Just enough so the hot doesn't break our jars. And we're going to pour it over our pickles. Okay, so different people will do this different ways. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pot, because my pot's not very big. I don't have a whole lot of stuff. I'm going to take my pot, I'm going to pour it up. Now, I generally make it a habit not to go over this line right here, because you want to leave a little bit of head space, but you don't want to leave a whole lot of room so that way so much of the water just evaporates out. So we're going to put about this much water in each, we're going to put about this much of our brine in each jar, and then when we get done with that, we're going to put them in the water bath. So stay with me and let's get these jars filled up. Okay, now we have the brine in all of our jars. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a wet paper towel and we're going to wipe off the rim just to make sure none of this salt water is on this rim. I'm going to set them over here as I do that, because if not, I'll end up redoing like 4 or 5 times. We're going to take, now, generally and normally, what I would do is I would have these in hot water sealing, but because I'm pressed for time, we're not going to do that today. So, we're going to put these little seals on. And we're going to hope that everything seals correctly. We're going to put our seals. Now, some people reuse seals. I'm not a big fan of that, because to me that just don't seem like that would seal correctly. Already got my lids out. We're gonna, now people say don't leave them too loose because you'll lose all of your insides, but you don't want them too tight either. I don't know exactly what happens if you get them too tight, but this is just something that I've always heard, always been told. I try to make them tight enough to where my 10-year-old could get into them if she needed to, but not, you know, just like super tight where even I couldn't get it, where I'd have to call the husband and say, hey, can you come open this for me? So that's the plan. All right, come on and let's go over here to the water bath. Okay, so we put the fire on high, or if you have an electric stove, do the same thing. We have about this much water in it now. I don't know if really you can see, kind of getting the glare off the light here. You want the water to just barely cover the jars. So let's get the jars in here and we'll see how much more we have to do. So we didn't have quite enough water to cover the top. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna add some water, and I will show you guys where the water line should be. Okay, so again, I think there's a pretty good glare, so you can't really tell where the water is. But the water is just barely sitting over the lids. So we're gonna wait and let this come to what Tennesseans call a rolling boil. And once this thing starts boiling, we'll time it for 15 minutes and then we'll take them out and finish the process. Okay, so they're done. This is what they look like. Now we have to wait. Sound like one of them just popped. Unfortunately, we won't be here, so I won't know until I come home and I check them. Yeah, half the fun is listening for the pop to know that your jars have completely sealed. So here in about 6 weeks, we're gonna open these up and we're gonna see what they taste like. And that's how you can a pickle. This is the finished product of our pickles. Pretty much, we still have to wait 6 weeks, but this is it. So, alright guys, so maybe I hope you learned a little bit of something about canning pickles. This was my first batch of the season, and there will be plenty more to come. So stay with us, and the next canning video we do will probably be sweet pickles. We're going to try to put up some sweet pickles this year too. But guess that's it for this video. We love you guys. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.